Good evening on this Wednesday, special night, the second night in this radio broadcast where I said I would start doing things on Monday, doing a broadcast on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I feel it's very important to get this message of evolution, mental evolution, the black evolution of our people. Those of our people who are going to evolve out. I've felt it was very necessary to push the message of Mentellect and the knowledge of Mentellect, which we refer to as God's intelligence, the true and living God, Amen, His intelligence, the true and living God of the Bible, the true and living God of the Quran, the true and living God of the Freemasons, the true and living God of the world that's been hidden in your Bibles, your Qurans, and ancient Egypt and all these other things. Amen, the name Amen, the title Amen, is above and beyond all of those civilizations and all of those different societies, ancient and modern and future. It's beyond those. It is a reason why that name, Amen, A-M-E-N, sometimes spelled A-M-E-N, we pronounce it A-H-M-E-N. In Islam, it's Amin, A-M-I-Y-N. And the Christians, they say Amen. The Israelites say Amen. The Buddhists say Amen. So, being that name was kept in heavy rotation in the minds of the people on the planet, that means something. It's universally recited throughout all religions and all ways of thinking in relation to religion and God. That name, Amen, is sealed into that. And a lot of people are unaware of the connection. But we'll explain that tonight. I'm going to explain that because this is an important show. Tonight we're going to be speaking about the book of Revelation and the 144,000. And I'm going to give logical explanations concerning that topic and why it is important today in this day and time for the evolution of our people and the future of the so-called quote-unquote black race. I am the intellectual Nuben Menkares, and this is State of Mentell Radio. Tonight, as I said, this is a special Wednesday. I'm trying it out for the first time. I'm usually just doing the broadcast every Monday at 9 p.m., but like I said, we're going to break it up and just do Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We're going to talk about financial things. We're going to talk about male and female relationships, the evolution of the black male and female relationship and the future and things of that nature, because we're interested in the future. The State of Mentell, which is a future intelligence group, we're interested solely in the future. We're not interested in the past. We know where we came from. We know, we heard it to death. We done had everybody tell us where we came from, where our origin is. We done heard the remix version of where we came from. So we heard it pretty much already. Now it's time to focus on the future and where we are going and what our place is going to be and how we're going to resonate as a new people, which is why I chose to speak on the 144,000 that are spoken about in the book of Revelation. Now, I'm not going to give you any religious dogma because I don't come from a religion. State of Mentell is not a religion. The knowledge of Mentellect is not a religion. I said that we came to teach the intelligence of God, not the belief in God, not the philosophical sense of God. We came to teach the intelligence, the logical intelligence of God, the God complex or the intellectual God complex within the State of Mentell. That is those who think on a higher level beyond the submental state. The submental state is where the majority of the world vibrates on. Low-natured people, bottom feeders, the people of the world who don't see the big picture, who have no rhyme or reason for existing, just basically doing the fundamental things to survive in life. The 144,000 that is spoken of in the book of Revelation represent a new people. Somebody told me, they left a message from one of the groups. I'm not going to say the name of the group when I posted for this broadcast in the group about, the 144,000 and how I would be speaking on it. They said that we shouldn't be speaking about the 144,000 because it further reinforces the spell, quote-unquote spell of the Bible and God and all that in the people. And I said that I'm not speaking from a religious standpoint or point of view. In fact, the book of Revelation is not even a part of the Bible. It was added in. Why I say that is because logically, if you look at the rest of the Bible, going away from the book of Revelation, that's dealing with past knowledge. That's dealing with things of the past, ancient history. The Greeks, the Romans, the Egyptians, the Israelites. The book of Revelation is dealing with futuristic things, futuristic, present, future things, things of today. That's what the book of Revelation is dealing with, the present. It's not talking about religion. It's talking about the birth of a new people coming out of an old people. It's talking about the evolution taking place, if you read it and you're clear on that. See, everybody in religion want to attach their religious beliefs and dogma and things to it, and they want to say that they're the ones, whether it be the Israelites, the Christians, the Muslims. None of you are the 144,000 or the elect that is spoken about in the book of Revelation. None of you. Why? Because you're teaching ancient knowledge. You're still talking about ancient knowledge. It tells you, if you read the book of Revelation, that the elect, or the 144,000, are the children of Israel. Do you understand what that statement means when it says that they are the children of Israel? That means that they are no longer Israel. Okay? For example, if my name is William, and I have a son who is the son of William, my son is not William. He is the son of William, so he is not me. Same way that title goes to the children of Israel. These are a new people that will come out of Israel. And the biblical description of the Israelites, it does in fact fit the title of the enslaved people, the enslaved black man and black woman. They do fit the description of being brought into a strange land that's not their own, and they would serve a people in a strange land. And we do fit that story perfectly in America. We definitely fit that story. We definitely fit that description. No one else fits that description. No one else was brought into a land and enslaved for 400 years and put in bondage and things like that. So we definitely fit that. Okay? So the children of that group of people that fit that description would be the 144,000. Now, our bloodline and our seed, the so-called black bloodline and black seed, is all over the planet, right? We got our people are Latinos. Some of our people are Native Americans. Some of our people are in Africa. Some of our people are in America. Some of our people are in South America. Some of our people are in Europe and Russia. So we got our blood is everywhere. So you can find the 144,000 amongst the world. But don't get it mistaken, because it's not the whole black race. It's not the whole black race. It's not going to be everybody in the black race, because you got people sitting up here talking about, it's going to be everybody because, it's a lot of black people, millions of black people on the planet. It's not going to be the whole black race, the so-called black race. It's going to be an elect. There was a reason why that number was chosen. There was a reason why that number was chosen, because it not only represents a number of people, it also represents a mentality of the people. What do I mean by that? We, in the state of Mentell, speak about dimensions and understanding or an ultra-standing of different or advanced ways of thinking in different dimensions. Because we say with each dimension that you mentally vibrate on, a picture becomes clearer to you. You get more clarity. You get more ultra-standing, more understanding, overstanding, whatever you want to go, more comprehension of what you're actually seeing. The light actually becomes clearer. You become more intelligent. Okay? And we said that the ultimate in this realm is the fifth dimension. Though there are 12 dimensions in this earthbound realm, with a 13th that hovers over the 12th dimension, but there are 12 dimensions that are sealed off in this planet. And it's a planet of rotation in which things come in cycle form, life form. Everything moves in a circle, in a revolution. So we're saying within that 12th dimension, the highest that we understand, because we're on the third dimension right now, the highest that we understand is the fifth dimension, right? Where there's more clarity, where there's more of a higher intelligence or a higher ultra standing of who and what we are, more clarity on what or where we're going, the picture becomes bigger. Because in every dimension, as you get higher, things become more, images and things like that become more defined. So we're saying that the 144,000, the 1 in 4 equals the 5, which represents people that would be in the fifth dimensional mind frame. Okay? It would be people who would be in the fifth dimensional mind frame. People who vibrate on the fifth dimension and on the fifth dimensional way of thought. People who are more intelligent. People who are more in tune. All right? People who would actually have that intelligence of God. People who will actually be able to hear that God voice or that inspiration or that pick up that high mental frequency in their minds and start to advance into the future. Now, to a lot of people that might sound crazy, it might sound jumbled and things like that, but I say to people all the time, I say, where does inspiration come from? People say, certain people, I say certain people are receiving high frequencies of intellect or intelligence from God. God is sending high frequencies through the planet to a chosen people. And those chosen people will pick up on that higher intelligence. That's a fact. It's certain things you're going to start doing if you are of the chosen, if you are of the elect, because the word elect means chosen. There's certain things you're going to do that's going to be above and beyond the people around you. You're going to start to be like an outcast amongst your people because some of your people are not going to make it. Some of your people are not going to evolve into that fifth dimensional state from the third dimensional. Hell, some of our people are not even in the third dimensional state. Some of our people are on the vibrating on the second dimension. Some of them not even on the third dimensional state. That's the average we're supposed to be on. But some of our people are barely on that. So if you're coming on the next level, if you are of an evolved state of thinking, if you are receiving that God intelligence, if that is being manifested in you, be it black man, be it black woman, those who have our blood in them, if that's being manifested in you, then you are the chosen. You are the evolved people. You are the new race that's coming out of the black race. You are of the 144,000. That's what that really means, an evolved race of highly intellectual beings. We refer to them as the mentalists or the Mentellian race. Those who will have, if you look in the book of Revelation, it'll say those people who will have God's name sealed in their foreheads. What does that mean? Now, we talk about the forehead as representing the third eye, right? The ability to see, which is the mind, right? So that means that these people will have God's name sealed in their mind. They will have his word sealed in his mind. They will be receiving his intelligence here on earth because that's how the elect are supposed to be. They will no longer accept the beliefs of man. They will no longer call themselves Christians. They will no longer call themselves Muslims. They will no longer call themselves Israelites. They will no longer call themselves whatever they call themselves or whatever doctrine they got from some man. They're going to be totally in tune with God through the mind. They're going to receive higher intelligence, higher ultra standing to govern the world. They're going to be the new governors of the planet. That's what the 144,000 is. It has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with the evolution of a new people out of the black race. That's why I've noticed, I asked the Israelites one time, I said to them, because they were out preaching, and I said, do you guys know who the 144,000 are? And they said, no, nobody knows who they are. We don't know who they are. We know they're coming. We don't know who they are. Now, I like the fact that they was honest because they didn't go out and try to play themselves and say that was them because they know it's not them. Because the 144,000 would be elect. They would be chosen mentally. They would have chosen sense, not common sense. Because we stopped saying common sense in the state of Mentell because all of our people don't have certain senses. We can see that right now. They don't understand. A lot of our people don't understand logic. They don't understand intelligence. They don't understand, things like higher sense of intelligence. They don't get it. A lot of our people, basically, all they understand is belief. All they understand is some man feeding them a story. and they accepting that story. They still on this whole thing of a lot of our people still believe that some God is coming up, living up on the clouds, sitting in some chair with a white robe on somewhere. They still believe that nonsense. You understand? Because that story was fed to them in their state of ignorance, and they accepted it. Now they got the mentality of children. In fact, like I said, in religion, people are referred to in religion as children of God. Why do you think that is? Because religion produced a childlike mentality in the people. But the new people who are going to come up, the 144,000, the elect, they're going to be the gods and goddesses of the earth, the ones who will receive the true knowledge and the true power of God on earth. Because that's what the elect are going to do. Because everything becomes so much out of chaos in this day and time, and that's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing everything in order and out of chaos, and this is being done for a reason. Okay? This is being done for a reason. Everything out of order. Black men getting shot down. Black women, aborting their babies. The earth is off. All these catastrophes and things like that. And it's going to get worse. Because in order for things to get better, they have to get worse first. You understand? All this has to happen. The black man is out of order. The black woman is out of order purposely. While everybody else on the planet, they're trying to keep it together. But the only way they're able to keep it together is when you're out of order. See, the main ingredient on what is to put things in order is you. You're out of order, black man and black woman. You understand? Because you are the only natural-born successors to God on earth. You are. And everybody knows that. These people are not in tune with anything on a higher level, the majority of the people. The only ones who are in tune, like I said in the last broadcast, was the elect. The white race, the ones who control this planet. They in tune with God only because God uses them to control the planet. God uses them to control the people. He controls the people through these people. These people are the only ones, the elect are the only ones that are keeping the law and the structure here. They're the only ones that's keeping the police, the army, everything from going into chaos. So the Most High, the true and living God, Amen, is using them to do that until our people get back in line the way we're supposed to be, because we're supposed to be governing the planet. But see, our people are not ready for that right now. Our people are in disarray. Our people are out of order. That's why if you turn around, you see it's constantly being fed into our community, drugs, bad music. Why is so much focus put on our people to keep us out of order? Because they understand that once our people come in order, once we come in tune or come attuned to that God intelligence through that higher level of mentellect, we receive that God knowledge, that future knowledge that's going to move us into the future, then we no longer going to be under them anymore. That's going to take place. See, the black man, he waiting for a spaceship to come out of the sky. He waiting for some Christ to come and beat the white man to death and put them in slavery and whatnot. And we're going to be in cotton fields and all this other nonsense. I'm like, and the Israelites said this, and I was like, that don't even make sense, because first you say that God punished the black man for being out of order by putting the white man over him. Then you turn around to say that God, God's going to punish the white man for doing what he did. That don't make no sense. If God put the white man over us as punishment, why would he punish the white man for doing what he did to us? That don't make sense. And I asked them that, and they couldn't answer the question. They was like, "Oh, brother, they just fluffed me off." But this is the kind of confusion that our people are in today, because you don't really know who you are. A lot of our people think that number 144,000 and the chosen or new people coming up on the earth is false. A lot of them think that's a myth. It's not. It's not. It's factual. You know how you know it's factual? Because look at the world today. Don't you got an elect or an elite group of people? And I shouldn't say elect, an elite group of people that's running the planet. You got like 7 to 10 families running the whole planet. Chosen people who chose themselves and put themselves in a position to receive power from on high, where they received all the technology on the planet at the beginning of the century, right? All the things. Notice how all the technology and everything, where did that come from? Where did all the technology come from? There was no build-up to that. Where did all this come from? Where did all the technology, the cars, the airplanes, all this stuff come from? It came from God. It came from that God race of people, that advanced or supreme race of people. That's where it came from. Black men and black women who are in an advanced state of beings, a supreme race of so-called black people who were formerly known as black people, an advanced race of people, our people. Some of our people have that bloodline connection to them. Some of our people had that bloodline connection back in Egypt to them, back in Sumeria to them, back in South America, all that early America. Even into this day, some of our people still have that bloodline link. A lot of our people have been so mixed down with the human race and the beast that they don't have that connection no more. That's why they act just like the white man and the other races now. They vibrate on a low submental state. You understand that? That's why our people, it's not going to be all of our people that are going to be of the 144,000. They're not going to vibrate on that high mental frequency. See, I told you this is not about religion. It's not about some people going, oh, praise the Lord, and we're going to be singing on that day, and, you know, we're going to have the book open. That's not the 144,000. That's some religious dogmatic nonsense. It's very simple. The 144,000 are the highly intelligent ones, the ones who have that supreme intelligence. I'm not talking about the intelligence that you acquire in the white man's schools and his false educational system. I'm talking about they're going to have the knowledge of God in their head, which supersedes all knowledge on the planet. They're going to have the higher knowledge of God. They're going to be supermen and superwomen walking around on earth. That's who the 144,000 are going to be. They're going to be advanced people. They're going to come by way of your bloodline and your genetics. That's why, if you notice, the beast puts a lot of energy into destroying your children, destroying anybody who has a higher or independent thought. He does that purposely to destroy our genetics and our bloodline. That's all done purposely. So if you're putting energy into keeping a people inferior, and forcing that idea in their head by making sure that you put their image up over theirs and things like that, obviously you're trying to keep them compressed into a certain state of thought, into a submental state, because if they move past that submental state, then they're going to connect to the mind of God. Then they're going to become supreme people again. Because the true intelligence, the true high mental frequency of God is moving through this atmosphere right now. That's why we're able to do broadcasts like this, where we're talking about thinking beyond belief, where we're talking about connecting to the mind of God. We're presenting God in the state of Mentell as a thinking man. That's how we present God. In reality, not some spook sitting on some cloud, not somebody that came 70 years ago in a damn suit talking about some nonsense and whatnot, some person who don't look nothing like us. We're talking about God who is showing up and manifesting in us in this day and time. That's what we're talking about. The true and living God, not some fake God of some religion. Because no God and no supreme being is coming back to hand the black man of another religion or another ideology or another philosophy. Because all religions and philosophies and ideologies come through men. True intelligence, true supreme intelligence is from God, the true and living God. And his name and his title is Amen. Amen. Not Allah, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not Jesus. All right, these are all false names. These are all gods that were created for men in religion to follow. The true and living God's name is Amen. And the white man is supposed to be the secret society. They know what God's true name is. They know it. But you Negroes, y'all want to stay up under that whole mindset of religion. Y'all still want to worship ancestors. You want to worship ghosts. You want to worship Jesus. You want to worship all these false gods. You want to worship Allah and all these false gods, these Arab gods, and try to fix your way into these people's false, limited religions when you're supposed to be connecting to the mind of God and being God on earth. But you black men and black women, y'all don't want that. You want to be spiritual. You want to worship some abstract thing, or try to connect to something. The true and living God is connecting to you. It is us in the future state. God, the true and living God, Amen, is real. We'll talk about that when we come back. Star, still dope.
I need to use more power. I'm still dope, even if the bag ain't coached, even if I don't smoke till the hydro roach. Still dope, rock a thrift store coat and a fresh pair of moccasins, comfortable for walking in, no A&R marketing, this is my reality. Still dope, power walk, burning all the calories, fact and not fallacy, metal face family, imminent fatality, taking us to casualty. I got it, it's cool, just part of the school, and I'm acing the lesson this time, so quit stressing. Still dope, vibrant natural game, no ring, no chain, still bringing the pain. Still dope, got no choice but to cope. Listen, take notes, I'm showing you the ropes. Still dope, very high dosage. My approach is lights out, buenas noches. Hold my glasses so I can get rid of it. Send them home, tail tuck, holding they did it. Cold as a Guinness, one punch miss. Yo, chill, watch the table, a fish might slip. Crack jokes, spit, hot mad shit. That's what it's made for. Cop that quick, drop that dick. Butterfinger goofy. By the way, you publish it for Jordans and a Lucy. The old 1-2C, solo not groupie. All over they ass like sweats by Juicy. Cats is puss like Sagwalk and Morris. Stay spitting lines, there is no chorus. Deploying the troublesome, sleeping bubblegum, that's a double done. Hum if you feel where I'm coming from. Do it to your lips and then you gotta go for it. I stay moving forward, I baby bear courage. Knick-knack, paddywhack, fuck your critics. This time on the grind when it comes to the finish. Conquer the end, vicious like Sid Blow. Not an info, empress for this show. She rock mics, you wait to the tail. She rock shows like DMC rock Adele. She rock shells, manicure nails, rock for every veil with a sip to inhale. Holding she own cone of homegrown shrubbery. Won't go hungry, the flow too lovely. Leaving grills tinted on the sous vide rented. Classic is vintage and polish is all tinted, raw business. Like how the wifey get hit it, authentic. The track is so loved, I'm all in it, all quit it. Of course I'm inclined to shine, did it. Line for line with it, climbing infinite. Tú no sabes, yo soy una bien mala madre. Confident aren't we? Playing it smartly. Word to Dio, Straya is Lito, flow movie Frio, roll the dice Chico, they're crazy, decent, insanely freak with strangely sleep with one eye open, not joking, outspoken, provoking and choking, ego stroking his name, word bonded and James, go along with the flame, way ahead of the game, still playing the same, royalty in my veins, it'll always remain, forever doing my thing, solo with who I can hang, like he banging Lang, bringing into the gang, they got some center for brains, testing my venomous flame, who's the bitter for bangs, they in it for change, some people think I'm deranged, others a little bit strange, just trying to battle my cane, cause I'm way out of they range.
Bring Star to me. You are a mutant exactly like her.
Oh yeah, I love that, man. I never was gonna get old with me. God Hop Confederation. Good thing to be playing on a night when we speaking about the 144,000 of the true and living God. And like I said, this is not a religious show. Let's not get it twisted. This is not a religious show. We're not going to be hallelujahing and praising the Lord and all this other stuff, because that whole praise the Lord thing came from the Europeans, and they were actually talking about praising a Lord or some physical man. That's what they were talking about when they were talking about praising the Lord. Okay? And they attached it onto God. Just like they attached this title of Jesus Christ onto the Son of Man. I'm going to tell you right now, the Son of Man that's spoken about in the book of Revelation is not no person named Jesus Christ. They just attached that on. The church attached that on. Okay? The Son of Man, which is actually supposed to be the S-U-N, the sun as in light, or as the sun in the sky of man, as in the title which came from out of the ancient Egyptian title Amun-Re. All right? Because the name Amun-Re means the son of God, literally the Son of God. The word Re, R-E, means son of God. And they took that and transferred it when the church took a lot of the Egyptian teachings and transferred them over, and they got it from the Romans and the Greeks, and they carried over a lot of those stories, and they translated it into the S-O-N, meaning the blood son of man, which became the Son of God. Okay? Now, reason why we say that the Son of Man actually means S-U-N, represents the light of man. Light represents intelligence. Okay? So it's speaking about one who will come with the light, or the who will possess greater intelligence to lead people into the future. He will possess that God intelligence. That's who the Son of Man is. A person who's vibrating on that high mental frequency, one who is of the fifth dimension. One who will lead his people into the future. That is the Son of Man, one who has supreme intelligence. That's the one who's going to come to be the Son of Man. And I'm going to tell you how you know it's reality, because J. Edgar Hoover, I remember he said, you research this. J. Edgar Hoover said, we must stop the rise of a black messiah, that will electrify the people. That will electrify the people. Look at the word elect and the word electrify. the 144,000 called the elect or the chosen. And he said we must stop the rise of a black Messiah who will electrify the masses. Why would he say that if that's not a reality? See, I told you, the white man, they don't say, the ones, the powers that be, the structure, the ones in power, they deal with reality. They don't just say things just to be saying things. Everything means something when they say it. When they dealing with light and they dealing with light and Freemasonry and all that other stuff, that means something. They know who the Son of Man is. They know that the Son of Man is coming. One who's going to possess that supreme intelligence of God, the true and living God, Amen. Not no Allah, not no Jesus, not no Yahweh Shah, and all these false gods that they talk about in religion that they created for you people in religion just to follow, to lead you and keep you in a state of confusion, but the true and living God. Because I said tonight, we teaching the knowledge of the true and living God. The first 144,000 were the people who built Egypt. The first ones who came out and started building up Egypt. That was your 144,000 back then. The elect people, the chosen people, the society builders, the leaders of tomorrow, the advanced people, the people that were raised a God-like people on earth. That came out of our bloodline, and we're supposed to be doing that into the future. See, but our people are not doing that because we got caught up in religion. Our people are not doing the will of God, the true will of God, who is Amen, because Amen is us. Amen is a part of us in the supreme state. Amen is us in future supremacy. And we're supposed to be moving toward that future supremacy. We're not doing the will of Amen because we still stuck in doing the will of man. We still stuck in religion, on our knees praying, because we've been brainwashed into doing that. We still stuck in the church, in the mosque, in the synagogue praying because that's what they told us to do. But our lives are not changing. We're not receiving no supreme intelligence until now. The new millennium was meant to bring about a new knowledge. See, because when they said, when the religious leaders and all of them were saying in the year 2000 the world would end, it did end. It did end. That was ushering in a new and higher intelligence. God, the true and living God, Amen, was bringing in the true and living, the true intelligence and trying to make that connection to his people. The so-called black man and black woman, the elect of the so-called black man and black woman all over the world. But our people, the majority of our people, are not listening. And it's not for the majority of our people. The majority of our people are lost. I told you, they vibrate on that low mental frequency with the beast. That's why I said the beast will possess our people. He'll take many of our people. In this book of Revelation, it tells you about the powers that be, the society and whatnot, the people in the end times and whatnot. It talks about America in the book of Revelation as the eagle. It talks about Israel. It talks about all these people in the book of Revelation. It talks about England. It talks about Rome. It talks about all of that in the book of Revelation. That's a future book. And it talks about a new people coming out of all of that chaos and that tragedy when everything comes down. It talks about that. All throughout that. Just read the book. It's clear as day. It's describing countries in there, leaders in there, people in there. Talks about that clearly. That's why I said the book of Revelation is a futuristic book. It's not part of the Bible. That was added into the Bible. You could tell that. And they said it was added by somebody named John. Now, John is a real prominent name in Freemasonry, the name John. I'll get into that another time. Now, it's talking about a people who would be washed in the blood of the Lamb, people who would be purified, right? What are the people, the 144,000, when it talks about them wearing white robes? You know, the color white is very prominent in the book of Revelation and all throughout the Bible as being representing purity, right? So now, what does the white represent of purity? Because the white man, all of them talk, that's our white skin, our pale skin, and we're pure. It has nothing to do with that. When it was talking about the people wearing the white robes and being pure, it was talking about a people who had a clean slate, meaning it'll be a people, a new people, right, who will not be marked up with all these things from this old society, from the old world. The new people are not going to bear no religion. They're not going to have no man-made philosophy. They're not going to be Muslims and Christians and Israelites and Buddhists and whatever our people, and we're not going to do that anymore. They're going to be in connection with the true and living God. Amen. They're going to be washed clean, wearing white robes. In ancient Egypt, what did our people used to do? when they would purify themselves. If you know anybody knows about ancient Kemet, they would put on white robes and shave their heads bald, shave their private parts and everything as a sign of being clean. And the Buddhist monks and the Chinese copied that from them, from our people. When you see the Buddhist monks with their heads shaved and whatnot, a lot of times because they was getting lice in their hair and things like the white man, but they did that as a way of purification. And that the 144,000 will do that as a way to clean the slate. They're going to start new, and they're going to learn a new knowledge. They're going to learn a God knowledge, the knowledge of Amen. They're going to be mentalists. They're going to receive the knowledge of God through the mind. Okay? They're going to receive that. They're going to be the receivers, whereas the ones of our people in the darkness are not going to comprehend it. So when you come to them talking about a new knowledge, they're going to be like, oh, that's a bunch of BS, without even hearing it. They're going to reject it because it's not for them. The frequency of this knowledge that's coming from God is going to be so high that they're not going to be able to accept it. They're not going to be able to receive it. The people who are caught in Christianity, because some of our people are caught in Christianity and they know it's BS, and they're looking to come out of that. They're gonna come out of that, and it's gonna click in their mind that this is the true and living knowledge of the elect. Some of our people are caught in Islam, some of our people are caught in Judaism or the Israelite thing, and they're gonna come out of that. Some of our people are caught in the whole Rastafarian movement, which ain't nothing but Christianity. You know, these guys in the Rasta thing talk that Jah Rastafari stuff, and that's nothing but Christianity. All right? They're gonna come out of these old ways of thinking. See, the people in religion, they'll sit up here and say, oh, there's nothing new under the sun. They'll say there's nothing new under the sun. And I'm like, that don't even make sense. God is constantly renewing himself. God is constantly moving forward. God is constantly revealing new knowledge to the people. But the problem is the people's minds not tuned in to receive it, because you all sitting up here still accepting religion. You all still sitting up here accepting some clown in the pulpit telling you some nonsense and dancing, doing the chicken dance back and forth for y'all, or some imam reading from some book about some people that lived in the desert 1,400 years ago, trying to make that relative to you today when it don't, or somebody named Jesus who that story, which was plagiarized from the Egyptians of a man named Haru, all right, and his mother Isis are Set. That story was plagiarized. They feeding you a bunch of lies, and y'all accepting it, hook, line, and sinker. And our people are not ready to receive the truth. Does it not say the truth will set our people free or will make our people free? That's a powerful statement, right? Why? Why does it say the truth will make our people free? It will set us free mentally to receive the knowledge of God, number one. And number two, it will set us free from the poverty pimps in religion who are doing nothing but conning you and taking your money and lying to us and keeping you mentally stagnant, right? Keeping you ignorant. And it serves two purposes. You keeping yourself ignorant, because that's all our people want. They don't want the truth of God. They don't want the knowledge of the true and living God. See, because the knowledge of the true and living God you don't have to believe in, because it's going to make sense to you logically when you hear it. It's going to click to you. See, I said this. I said when I had put an image of the star and crescent up, the cross, and the six-pointed star, and I said to people, I said, now if you notice, people have to explain to you, once they show you those images of their religion, upon looking at that, you're not going to understand what that is. All right? I said, now, somebody has to go into explaining that to you before you, and then they have to, get a picture drawn, and they have to draw a picture in your head, and then they have to explain the doctrine. That's when they start lying to you. You're supposed to be able to look at a symbol that's representing God, and already ideas of it's supposed to start formulating in your head. When you look at the state of Mentell symbol, our symbol, which is that lightning, it already represents power in our mind. It represents light in our mind. It represents intelligence in our mind. We don't have to say much about it. You start imagining things already. See, but when you're dealing with abstract symbolism from religion, then that means people are going to start to lie to you. That means people are going to start to BS you and tell you anything to get you to believe and follow them. You understand? And serve them or go under submission to them and their mission, which is to get rich in this society, to keep you down and stand on your back, because you are the foundation. You are the laborers. That's the whole point of that. See, but a lot of our people, they don't want to hear that. It's too much for them. It's going to overload them, because our people are not used to hearing the truth. They're not used to hearing the truth. They're not used to hearing logic. They're used to belief. You understand? Their minds are poisoned. See, but the younger people, the next generation, ones of people in the 20s and things like that, they're open to the truth now because they haven't been poisoned by religion. They haven't been poisoned. They're not accepting it. They're a new breed. A lot of them that's coming forward, they're part of the 144,000 because their minds are not closed. Their eye is open. Their eye is open, meaning their mind, their third eye is open. That number 3. Their third eye is open to receive the light or the intelligence of God because God is sending his intelligence straight to our people in this day and time and through the Son of Man. The Son of Man is real. The Son of Man represents one who will receive God's knowledge from on high in this realm, this physical realm today. And he will lead his people, just as they talked about the Son of Man leading the people or a new society of people into the future. That's the whole point of that. A new people. Hell, even when George Washington was starting this country up, they considered themselves to be like the chosen people when they were starting up something new like America. They considered themselves to be the chosen people. And it's a fact, I believe it was Thomas Jefferson or George Washington, both Freemasons, they said that George Washington prayed to Amun-Ra, not to God, not to Jesus, and none of that. He prayed to Amun-Ra or Amun-Re. You understand? In ancient Kemet. Because they acknowledge those beings as real. They acknowledge them as real. Not this falsehood that they created for you, these mythological Greek/Roman gods, Jesus Christ and Christos and Mohammed and all these other people, these men with their man-made philosophies that piggybacked off of other religions, but the true knowledge, raw knowledge of God. A lot of our people can't stand that. They can't take that. They can't receive that because you got too much BS in your eyes. You can't see the light before the storm. You can't see the light before the darkness. You understand? The light is powerful. The light represents intelligence. That's why they say in the society, when you're very smart, they say you're very bright. That's why they say that. And the white man didn't come up with that. They got that from our people. Because if you look at a lot of the ancient Egyptian and the Sumerian and Nubian statues and stuff, you'll see people with the light over their head and whatnot. And you see how the white man puts the light over the pyramid and things like that because that represents intelligence. That represents someone who understood order and had a higher intellect. Light represents intelligence, the ability to see in the darkness, which represents ignorance. And the 144,000 are going to be those pure light beings. Those who will receive God's intelligence, the true and living God, amen, his knowledge on earth. Amen begat men and women. Notice that word men there. Notice the word men there. You understand that? They promoted the belief in our people to lie to them. They promoted the belief of be lied to. They created that in our minds, a belief in religion to lie to our people, to slow them down, to slow down your mental evolution so that you can connect to the mind of God, the true and living God, Amen. That's why our people are in the state they're in right now. So when you try to raise the mental intelligence or the mental level of the people, you fall victim to certain things. You got slander from your own people because a lot of our people want to stay vibrating on a low mental frequency. They want to stay on the sub-mental state below the connection of God. Amen. They go, oh, what you talking about, brother? I don't want to hear that. That's some Egyptian stuff. Negro don't even know what he's talking about. This has nothing to do with Egypt. Amen has nothing to do with Egypt. That name Amen was passed through Egypt, from the Nubians, from the Sumerians. So the name Amen has nothing to do with that. The name Amen, or the title Amen, is not an Egyptian name. It is a celestial name. What do I mean by celestial name? It is a name that is not of this earth, that was passed into this earth physically and mentally to the people. And the people, as each civilization grew more and more, they recognized Amen as God. Hell, the Romans and the Greeks recognized Amen as God. Mark Antony and all of them recognized Amen as God when they went amongst the Egyptians and stuff. They recognized Amen as the true and living God. And they created these false gods and put white faces over them, and they took the same stories and plagiarized them and created their false gods. And they did it all up into this day and into this society. But they kept Amen's name connected to the prayer. Because if Amen wasn't the true and living God, why did they keep the name connected to prayers? Because if the Egyptians were such pagans, like the white man was saying, and their gods were pagans, why did they keep Amen's name? They could have just, the Jews, nobody had to say Amen's name at the end of their prayer. Why did they seal it off? This is to be trusted. This is to be true. Do you understand what they're saying when they're saying this is to be trusted? This can be trusted. They're saying that Amen and Amen they trust. That's what they're really saying. What do they say on their dollar bill? In God we trust. What God is that they talking about? Amen. The true and living God, Amen. A black man who walked the face of the earth as a wise and intelligent man, who walked the earth as a superman, a society builder, one who was from the celestial heavens, one who walked from another world and into another realm, into this realm, from another realm or another world into this world. That was slow, and they bred a new world from here. He walked in with black men and black women, who they refer to as angels in the Bible. This is nothing spooky. This is a society of people. This is people. These are advanced, supreme people. That's who your Amen is, or your Amen beings, or your Amen race that I kept talking about. This is a civilization of advanced people. In Egypt, they were referred to as the Neteru. In Sumeria, they was referred to as the Anunnaki. But their true name and their true race was Amen. Just like you have a race of beings here called human. The Amen beings bred the human beings. And they also left their descendants or their physical manifestations here on earth, which are your 144,000 today. The physical manifestation of the Amen race. So these people amongst the black race are your Amen beings. They are your supreme people who are living amongst the black race. Okay? They're your chosen people. Your elect. Now, to a lot of our people, this don't mean nothing. What I'm saying don't mean nothing. It's not for you. You are of the regular ilk. You are of the rest of the cattle on the earth, the sheeple. You're of them. So we're not talking to you. We're talking to the elect of our people, because that's all that counts. That's all I'm doing this for. Not here to win no listeners or have people banging on it. Oh man, that was heavy. We don't want you. We want the elect, the chosen ones. See, because the elect, this true supermen that's going to come out of the black race, the true superwomen that's going to come out of the black race, are the same beings that walked with Amen thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, millions and millions of years ago. That genetic didn't go anywhere. It's in a continuous state. It's constantly moving forward. And some of you are part of that genetic. Some of you are not. Some of you can hear my words tonight. Some of you cannot. It's not for all of the black race. All you all are not gods. Some of you are just like the humans. Some of you are blind, deaf, and dumb, like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. You blind, deaf, and dumb, mentally dead. What did the Honorable Elijah Muhammad mean when he said that our people were mentally dead? He said that meant that our people were mentally disconnected from God. That's what that really meant. He didn't even understand what he was saying at the time, but he don't know why he kept saying our people are mentally dead. Okay? He was the first son of man. A lot of people in the Nation of Islam say, "Oh, Elijah Muhammad, he was the messenger, and the guy Fard was God, the one that they hang up in the building." I said, no. Fard was the messenger, and Elijah was God. Because Amen connects with Amen. The God, the true and living God, Amen, only connects with the Amen beings in full connection. He connects partly with the humans to keep order on the planet, like he's doing right now with the elect, or the elite, I should say, the white elite, the 10 rich white families. He's connecting partially with them, only to use them to keep order on the planet. But in future sense, he's going to connect with that elect that is rising up out of the black race. And the start of that, one of the starts of that, your early starts of that, was people like Marcus Garvey, who was trying to raise up a nation of people. That was all supposed to be a prelude to the 144,000 being raised. When Garvey was doing what he was doing, when Elijah was doing what he was doing, when York was doing what he was doing, this was all a prelude to the raising of the 144,000. They wasn't raising up no nations and no movements just to have Negroes living in some land mass and trying to be like the white man, just forming them. It's talking about the raising. They was part of a continuous, they were instruments that were being used as a continuous evolution of our people, the raising of the 144,000. That's all they were. But see, their followers, they sit up here and make it seem like it was all about those men, and when it wasn't. They were just instruments, tools that were being used by the true and living God, Amen. Light, intelligence. That's what the whole purpose of that is, raising the nation. You people who are not about raising the nation, bringing the people together on one level mentally, if you're talking about, oh, we individuals, that's a sign that you're not part of the elect. You Negroes that's promoting that individuality nonsense, you're not part of the elect. See, because the elect, the ones who are in the know, the ones who possess that God intelligence innately within them, they know that we're supposed to be coming together as one mentally. One family, one name, one God, one direction, one straight linear procession of people, not no more circles. They know that. You Negroes promoting that, oh, we individuals and we got our different philosophies. You niggas ain't not part of the 144,000. And I said it, yeah. I said you niggas are not part of the 144,000 because y'all causing confusion. I told you, we're not up here reciting this, no religion for our people today. We telling the child it is, who the real 144,000 is. They're going to be on one accord mentally. It's not going to be no different philosophies and ideologies and different religious beliefs. No. That's dead. That's why if you notice, you look in the religious world today, you see everybody against each other. The Christians, how many different Christian groups you got? Hundreds of them. How many different Islamic groups you got? About 78 different sects of Islam. How many different sects of the Israelites, the black Israelites you got? These guys, you go on YouTube, they getting at each other. But I thought you were supposed to all be men of God. You mean to tell me y'all all believe in the same book, but yet y'all arguing and getting at each other and cursing each other out and calling each other all kind of names and everything else, but y'all supposed to be men of God? That's a sign that y'all not the elect. That's a sign that the elect is rising out of the black race, and once something is being risen out of something, you're going to see chaos and confusion. That's going to be happening. You understand? That's a sign, because how do you say, when you put pressure, burst pipes, right? When you put pressure on something like, say, a lump of coal, when you squeeze a lump of coal, and and all that chaotic squeezing and pressure is going on the lump of coal till a diamond pops out. Pressure bursts pipes. Pressure produces new people. Circumstances, hard times produce a better people, or it's supposed to. Our people came out as better people when times was hard. When we was going through the depression and things like that, we came out as the Nation of Islam. We came out as the Garvey movement. We came out as all them things when we was going through hard times. We cleaned ourselves up. See, but now you Negroes, y'all done had good times now. You party, you got a little bit of jobs, you made a little bit of money. You forgot about the evolution of our people. You forgot about the 144,000, your purpose for being here, the elect of our people. The rest of you niggas, y'all just gonna perish with the rest of the people. Y'all don't serve no purpose. Y'all just here, y'all just window dressing for now. Okay? Y'all just window dressing for now. Y'all don't serve no purpose. You talk to the majority of our people, they empty-headed. They're not connected to God. And especially you people in religion. Especially you people in religion. Y'all not connected to God. Y'all connected to some man's belief. You connected to T.D. Jakes and or Creflo, and y'all ain't connected to no God. You love them. You people are personality driven. You understand? You love a man. You don't know what God is. You in love with men. Limited men. Men who gonna lie to you. Men that'll tell you, they'll take your money and go on vacation with your damn money, right? And tell you that's of God. Or get you all wrapped up in money and thinking about money. You understand? When they basically, like I said, they're limiting you when they do that. Don't you understand? When they get you focused on money and make that your end all be all, they're severing your connection with God. Don't you understand that? I'm not saying that it's wrong to have money. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying money shouldn't be used as a tool. But when they get you to focus on that, A lot of these Negroes are heavy into that these days, in the conscious movement and religion and to all of these philosophies. They all connected heavily into the money, get money, get money, get money, get money thing. Everything's get money. See, so that tells you right now, that's drawing a line between the ones who are going to be in tune with God and the ones who are in tune with man, the limited people. The ones who are going to possess the higher intelligence of God versus those people who are going to possess the ignorance of man. Because these Negroes actually think that it's all about money in the church, because that's their message. They don't have a message. They're not connected to no God. They're not connected to no supreme being, no higher force. That's why these Negroes are still going in the Bible and reading them same old stories over and over again. That's a sign that they're not connected to nothing. The true and living God is going to send higher intelligence, new knowledge to his elect or chosen people to move them into the future. The rest of these people, they cut off, man, and they know it. That's why these guys and these religious leaders, they try to make sure they keep the people confused and in a state of confusion, so just long enough so they can get their money. Just long enough so they can get their money. Then once they get their money and they finish conning the people, then you'll see later on they'll get caught up in some kind of scandal with a prostitute or some homosexuality like that guy Eddie Long. They'll get caught up in that. You understand? It's only a matter of time. The elect is rising out of the black race. It is not the black race. We almost close. We come into that time. We almost coming home to who we are. Close to home, Blue 6. A lot of our people sit up here and they talk about, like this thing that's going on with this young kid, the 17-year-old got shot in Florida by the white guy. A lot of our people sit up and they talk about things like that and black on black crime and violence and things like that, but you don't really understand the bigger picture behind that. See, a lot of this stuff is done to distract our people from connecting to that higher mental state. A lot of things are done in this society to keep you distracted, to keep you off balance. They do things like that: police brutality, electing your black president, throwing you bones and stuff like that. A lot of this stuff is done to just keep you distracted, to keep you from not focusing in on being the elect or trying to connect to the mind of God. That's done purposely. Because now you black people, everybody in a frenzy over this boy that got killed, the 17-year-old. I'm not saying it's not a bad thing that happened, but the truth be told, they sitting around here, Al Sharpton and them all running down to Florida and stuff like that. But who cries when the Bloods or a gang members shoot down black kids in the ghetto every day? Who cries about that? Why is that not a tragedy? Why ain't Al Sharpton running over there when that happened? You understand? Because like I said, black and white equals green. You understand? Why is nobody upset about that? Murder is murder. It wouldn't matter if somebody hanging a black kid off of a tree, or a white man shooting a kid in his chest, or some Bloods and Crips, or some gang members killing another black kid in the street. It's all murder. It's all death. And the Most High, the true and living God, Amen, is allowing that to happen because Amen is not focused on the rest of the world. He's only focused on the elect. Amen is constantly moving forward to make a better world. The whole purpose of what Amen is doing is focusing on evolving a race of people for a new world to come. He's not focused in on the majority of our people who are not part of the elect. So no, Amen don't care about them. And that sounds harsh, and it sounds like, oh, how could you say that? God love everybody. That's not true. It's not true. You want to believe that. In your religion, you want to believe that. You want to believe that God love everybody. Obviously, God don't love everybody. Obviously, God is not concerned with everybody. Obviously, if God don't see death the same way me and you see it, the true and living God, Amen, don't see it the way we see it, because in the mind of Amen, there is no death. He allows our people to pass off of the scene physically and bring them back as they should be learning, to become supreme beings. Because obviously, this kid that passed off the planet, Amen allowed him to be shot dead. Because you see Negroes all the time get shot up, or people get shot up, be in all kinds of accidents, and they survive it. Then you be in an argument, in a fight, and somebody just stab you in your side of your leg, and they hit that large vein inside of your leg, that artery, and they kill you. But then you can see a guy get shot 100 times and whatnot, he's still living. So obviously somebody had a hand in deciding whether that person live or die. You understand? So some of our people are going to be sacrifices for the evolution of our people. Some of our people will be sacrificed. It might be me. It's okay. I'm all right with that. You understand? I'm okay with that. I'm here for the evolution of our people. I'm serious. I'm not here to make a philosophy up, or he wants somebody to follow him with his interpretation. I don't have an interpretation. I'm giving logical explanation to what the 144,000 and who the 144,000 are. It's not a myth. And our people should be focused on being in that number of people instead of worrying about some kid getting shot in Florida, or police brutality, or black on black crime. Look, majority of our people, our people only want to get black when something happens. Okay, and that's the truth. I'm tired of this crap about, the boy got shot and black on black crime. Look, our people only want to get black when something happens. Man, you come up to these people and you're all brother or sister, all right, whatever, nigga. Or, they want to be with the white man. You understand? They only want to get black when something happens. They only want to get outraged when something happens. Then when you tell our people, you tell a black woman or the black man, okay, well, why don't we come together, form a community, so we ain't gotta be like, oh, I don't know, brother, we gotta follow rules, we can't be all with the white man no more. Oh, why it gotta be like that, brother? Why, we all one, and we all people like, but then the white man do something to you, oh yeah, we gotta stop this, we outraged. I'm tired of this, man. It's just like it's getting old. And these Negroes, they sit up here and go, oh, we gonna march and we gonna make sure this don't happen again. Aren't you tired of this? I don't even entertain that no more with these niggas. I don't entertain that. I don't even entertain no marching and we gonna march and we gonna make sure this can't happen again. I don't want to hear you talking about no police black on black, police crime white on white. I don't want to hear that. My mind and my focus is on the evolution of my people. I don't get off of that. I don't care what goes on in this society. You understand? Because if our people really concerned what we're concerned about what went on in the society, then they would sit up here and form another community within the society, like how the Jews got. See, you don't see all that madness going on in their community because they together. That madness goes on outside their community. They're not going to have it. You understand? I talk about them because, like I said, that's an example of a real community. You understand? You niggas only want to get black when somebody gets shot. You understand? Or somebody get hurt. Or somebody, or you black women want to get black and y'all want to get proud when the black man run off with a white woman because he got money. What's he doing with her? You understand? You ain't concerned about being black no other time. So whatever happened to our people is what happened to them. Like I said, I done disengaged myself from the majority of my people. I told you I'm about to elect the 144,000, the bright race, that evolution right there. That's if I sound crazy, whatever. But I'm not gonna keep going into the. I'm not dealing with that. I've been got off the emotional roller coaster with you Negroes 10 years ago, getting upset because some kid got shot or this, that, and the third. Life happens, death happens. You understand? I'm interested in the evolution of my people. That's what I'm fighting for. A people, because like I said, I know the majority of our people ain't no damn good. The majority. I'm not sitting up here crying for the black race. You cry for the black race. You cry for black people in the hoods, and when half them, like I said, they make the hood bad. You make the hood bad. You the one doing all this stuff there. Y'all not of the elect, so I'm not interested. I'm not concerned with what's going on with them. I'm interested in my people who want to do better. The decent ones are my people that want to come together. The ones who want to put away their ego and learn this new knowledge. Because the knowledge of God is here on earth right now. And I'm saying it, the knowledge of Mentellect is the true knowledge of God. The true knowledge of Amen has come to our people again. Just as we had the knowledge in ancient Egypt, Sumeria, Nubia, we now have it in America in the form of Mentellect. And I'm saying it, and I'm stepping up as the first teacher of Mentellect. And I stood up to every question that was put against me. I did that to raise my people up. The majority of my people that's listening are the younger generation. So we don't really care too much about you older people. Y'all already done made your mind up. Y'all not trying to hear nothing. Y'all part of the problem. Y'all not trying to be part of the solution. Majority of y'all not willing to listen because of your ego, because you really don't believe that no black man is going to come and bring a solution to the problem of our people. That's going to bring a future solution to a modern day problem. See, you need a future solution to solve a modern day problem. That's the thing. You Negroes are sitting up here looking to politics. You trying to talk to your public elected officials. We just got to get some more money. We got to come together and form some girl societies and boys clubs and things like. And no, I'm not taking no shots at my sister Abundance. I know what she's doing with the girl society. I hope that don't even get twisted. That's a sister on the evolutionary come up. So I definitely endorse the Girl Society because I know exactly what she's doing with that. So that's not here. I'm just saying, and I'm talking about our people who come up with these generic solutions, these fake solutions that are not going to last to a lasting problem. How long these Negroes going to get up here and keep like Al Sharpton going, yeah, we're going to get out here and we're going to march and we're going to make sure this never happens again. And then it happened again. Right? How many of y'all gonna gather together and talk about black unity and whatnot, then go back home and y'all broke? How many of y'all gonna keep sitting up here and promoting confusion? See, keep pushing money on our people and tell them that's the answer. You niggas want to keep putting a Band-Aid on a cut that's getting bigger and bigger. You understand? A sore that's opening up wider and wider. And that sore that's opening up wider and wider is the ones of our people on one side who are the intelligent and the ones of our people on the other side who are the ignorant. You understand? See, because a new skin has to heal over that. I said a future solution is the answer to a modern day problem. You understand that? Or should I say, do you ultrastand that? See, because a lot of the people are not in tune with the future solution. They want to keep putting a Band-Aid on the problem. They want to keep telling, oh, money, if we could throw money at it, if we could just get some property and some land, everything going to be all right. No, it's not going to be all right. You're just going to have a bunch of niggas living next to each other like you got now in the black neighborhoods. You know, calling the black community. Please, spare me. You know, stop lying. This is for our people who want the true connection to God, the new people that are going to receive the connection to God. See, but you know, those of our people who don't see that as being real, those are the people who are not in tune with God. Those are the people who are in tune with man. See, but the white man, the power elite, they know it's real, and it's a fact that it's real, that God's intelligence is real. You understand? It's a fact. Where do you think all this technology came from? Where do you think the idea of the pyramids, everything we got on this planet came from God? All the high technology and things like that, and it was built by the chosen people. It was brought through and manifested by the chosen people, the elect of that time. See, the 144,000 represents the elect of the future, of the present future going into the present. Because as I said, in the year 2000, religion came to an end. Christianity, all these guys, they kept talking about it was coming to an end. It was coming to an end, and it came to an end 12 years ago. It ended. And now, 12 years later, you have Mentellect. You have someone bringing Amen into the future, the true and living God, letting you know Amen is the true and living God of our people and the world. Mentellect is what's going to guide our people. The true knowledge of God is going to guide our people into the future. No other knowledge is going to help our people. Because you know why? And I'm going to tell you know why? Factually, why I say that? Because Mentellect came in the new millennium. It was born in the new millennium. It came through me in the new millennium. It was born in the new millennium. And all the other religions and the philosophy was born in the last millennium in the old world. And when the religious people said that the world came to an end in 2000, what they meant, when they said that, what they meant was that one world was passing out and a new world was coming in. It didn't mean that the planet was going to explode. You understand? Like a lot of these ignorant people was thinking, oh, this is the end. This is the end. You know, the end is coming. They thinking the world going to explode. No, one world was passing out. The world of religion, the world of beliefs. You understand? Even though some of our people are still holding on to some old beliefs, but they dying out. The world of belief and religion was passing out, and the world of intelligence, or higher intelligence, was coming in. The world of Mentellect, the true and living knowledge, was coming in. That's why I can do this today, because it was born in the future for a future people to rise up, the true 144,000, the elect, the mentalists, the Mentellian race, whole new mental race of beings, pure mental, pure mind, pure light, pure intelligence from the true and living God, Amen. A new book is coming. No more Bible, no more Quran. A new book is coming for a new people. God deals with future intelligence, not with religion. Religion is of man. It's man-made. It's limited. Limited to men's ideas. God deals with future intelligence. Did he not send future intelligence on the planet to the so-called prophets? When he talk about them in the Bible, they talk about all the so-called prophets that came forth. Did he not send them future intelligence to guide their people into the future? Now, nobody's going to deny that, because if you say you claim to believe in some Moses, Abraham, whatever, God was in communication with them according to the story. I'm just giving you the story, the religious side of it, so people can understand it, because a lot of our people are still caught in the religious part, you know. But according to your story, God gave these men, these prophets, as you call them, the ability to prophesy. What does it mean to prophesy? To see the future. You know what I mean? To talk about what's happening in the future. Why would you be given the ability to see the future? Because you're supposed to be guiding your people into it. Hello, a.k.a. future intelligence. You can't guide people from the past. This is one of the reasons why our people have not moved forward in the world, because you got too many people pushing Pan-Africanism down their throat, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, metaphysics, and all this stuff from the past. How you going to move people forward on stuff from the past? You can't. But you know why? You know why people are reluctant to embrace anything new, like Mentellect? You know why the majority of our people are reluctant to embrace it? Because these niggas just want to have their own. They want to stand on the pedestal and lead people themselves because they're not interested in the evolution of our people. They're interested in the evolution of their bank accounts. They're interested in the evolution of being leaders. They want to evolve and stand on a pulpit or on a mound somewhere and be over people. They want the women, the money, the sex, and that's all they care about. They don't care about whether our people are coming up together. They don't care about that. That's not their concern. And y'all feed these people. You feed these people with your ignorance. You feed these people, these same people that you sit up here and you say, oh, you know, how come nothing changing for our people? But you sit up here and feed the ignorance with these people by sitting in their classes, going to their conferences, giving them $10 and $15 and $20 to sit there and listen to some stupidity they talking about. Then you wonder why things ain't changing. When you could have listened to somebody who was about the evolution of our people, who was about pooling together the money of our people, bringing about a new community amongst our people, and building schools and teaching our people and protecting our children so we wouldn't have to worry about anything befalling our children in the world. But see, when you got your children out there, when you black women are out there in the world and you in the toilet, because that's what we refer to this world as the toilet, and you don't want to wash up on out of the toilet and whatnot, you can expect anything to happen. You can expect to get AIDS from these black men out here who are on the down low because you're not in a community where you protected and you got a husband and you got a man beside you. You can expect your daughters to get raped because your children are going to school with low lives and people who drug their children up, and you're going to try to help them. You understand? You can expect these type of things when you're not amongst yourself in the community, amongst people who think like you, who are like you, where you ain't got to worry about somebody molesting your kids. Where you ain't got to worry about somebody cutting your child in the face to rob him for his iPod or his or whatever, or raping your daughter, or giving some men in the community giving you AIDS because you don't have some sexual thing with you. You ain't got to worry about that. That's not a consideration. You ain't got to worry about whether if you don't have a husband, who gonna raise my son to be a man? Because you women can't raise boys into men. You can't. He needs a father figure. He needs to see a male role model. But and a lot of black men out here, like I said, as we doing the State of Mentell meetings, if we doing from black men to supermen, from black women to superwomen, that's what we trying to raise up in our people. The sense of family, a new family. You understand? In the future, again, our people back together in a new knowledge, as one, on one level together. Not we together, but we think differently and we got different ideas. No, have a nice day. We're going to make up our mind to have one flag, one way of thinking, one way of eating. That's it. Because, see, that's the only thing that works for our people. Systems work for our people. Structure works for our people. See what happened when you Negroes freestyle? This is what you see out here. You see kids getting shot down the street by white men. You see black women getting AIDS from down low Negroes. You see all this madness when you niggas decide to freestyle and I just want to do my own thing and be an individual. This is what's happening. How is this individuality thing working out for y'all? See, because your ego too big to want to come into a family, into a community and build that. That's what we're trying to do within the State of Mentell. You understand? Despite everything that we seeing going on amongst our people, this tells you more and more that our people need to come together collectively. More and more we see things like this happening while our people getting shot down, killed. This is a sign from on high, from the true and living God, that our people have to come together in this day and time. That's a sign. See, because things are supposed to get worse, but like I said, before they get better. This is the Most High, true and living God, Amen, sending this sign to our people. He's sending this sign. He's making us so sick of this society to where we want to get the hell out of here. You understand? We want to get the hell out of here. You should be sick about that boy getting shot down. You should be sick about going to school around a bunch of having your children go to school around a bunch of little animals in training. You understand? You should be sick of that. You should be worried about that. You should be aiding and trying to spread this message to our people if you feel that you truly are of the elect of the 144,000. Because that's who I'm talking to. I'm only talking to the 144,000. I'm not talking to the Negroes who are out here, oh, I just want to hear something deep. I want to hear some deep conscious talk. I'm not out here talking to you. Because all you want to do is talk. 718, you on the air. 718. You on the
Hey, what's going on, man? It's Mr. Minjaz.
How you doing, Minjaz? My brother. What's going on, Minjaz?
Yeah, everything's good, man. Yeah, just thinking about, it's the same thing over and over again, man. You know, these incidents always happen. And like you said before, it's basically it's a test. They testing our people when they do stuff like this. You know, and the problem is, a lot of our people continue to run behind these elected officials, these Al Sharptons and the Jesse Jackasses of the world. And they just continue to run behind these guys. I mean, like, you know, they keep doing it, ain't nothing gonna happen. These guys, I mean, the interest is not to help the people. The interest is about their pockets. That's the reason they in it for.
Well, you know what? You say that until you blue in the face, and I'm even getting tired of that. I'm like, you know, no disrespect, but I say like to let a hoe be a hoe. And I mean, what I mean by that is, Negroes that want to follow behind, drink the Kool-Aid and follow behind your Al Sharptons and Jesse Jacksons and all these people and all that madness about civil rights and money and you niggas in the conscious community want to keep pushing that garbage about, oh, money going to change stuff. Listen, man, y'all want to keep drinking the Kool-Aid, you drink the Kool-Aid. We're going to do our job and raise our people. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
We're gonna do our job and raise our people. We're not interested in no other. There's no other road and no other avenue for us. This is what we're doing. State of Mentell. That's the solution to our people. To the ones of our people, and we have to form another family. That's it, man. Because these Negroes is just they just vibrating on that sub-mental level. Stop trying to teach these Negroes or trying to help them and whatnot. They don't want no help. They keep going back to Al Sharptons and your Jesse Jacksons and this civil rights crap because they truly believe their minds is stuck in retrograde. Their mind is stuck at like a broken record. It's going to keep revolving and revolving and revolving. There's not going to be any change for these people. So stop trying to why they, we keep trying to tell them this, that, and the third and whatnot. They just not getting it. They not going to ever get it. These niggas in religion, they not going to get it. They gonna you can tell them about Jesus up and down. You can tell them about Jesus over and over again. They still gonna be like, yeah, well, Jesus is coming and Jesus this and Jesus, yeah, brother, and Jesus this and Jesus that. They gonna still keep doing that.
Fortunately, you still got your Uncle Toms and Aunt your Moms of this century, so.
Yeah, that's the new millennium ones. Like I said, this the mentally dead. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was right. It's gonna be our people. It's just gonna still be mentally dead. Even a lot of his followers are mentally dead now. You understand? They gone. They done got caught up in Islam and the Quran and whatnot. They didn't see what that man was trying to do. They didn't see that man was trying to raise the intelligence of the people toward being gods. They wasn't ready for that. So we got the message and we understood and we understand and we ultrastand that the message is to raise the people, raise the mentality of the people. That's the message. You understand? Make that connection to the mind of God, the true and living God. Amen. All that other stuff, all that trying to be with the Muslims and your Muslim brother, your Christian brother. We ain't got no Christian, Muslim, and Israelite brothers, man. We don't got that. We don't got no brothers and sisters in religion. You understand? Our people are supposed to be of the elect. We're supposed to be in a class by ourselves, but you Negroes are just trying to be accepted. You know what I mean? You trying to be accepted. You want to be with everybody in the world. So you know what? You're going to be with everybody. Go stay with them.
Yeah, that's true.
Go stay with them.
But there's a remnant of our people that might be in some of these things that just looking for something else as well.
Yeah, well, they ain't looking for nothing. No, majority of them ain't looking for nothing else, man. Because here it is. We put this out here, and I post this, and we getting listeners. Our listenership is picking up because it's gonna come. I told you, man, Jay. I told you there'll come a time where our people gonna see that it's nothing else left for them, man. Go to our site, the SOM.info, the SOM.info. This is where the 144,000, true 144,000 are meeting in this day and time. The elect, the intelligent ones, the new intelligence, the new intelligent people, the ones who possess that supreme intelligence, that God knowledge. We're not out here trying to be amongst the filth, you know what I mean, of our people. the bottom feeders. You understand? We're not doing that. We're not amongst the bottom feeders of our people. You understand? We're not hanging with the bottom feeders. The elect is for the elect. That's all we out here for. You understand? And it don't get old with us. It don't get tiring. Like some of our people, they'll listen to the State of Mentell. A lot of our people, they'll listen, they'll come hang around us, and they'll come to class, and they'll tinker off, and they'll go somewhere else. Oh, they want to, oh, yeah, I can't pay no attention. I'm going. Have a nice day, man. We tell you don't come back, because if you can't sustain some kind of mental connection to help push this thing along and labor in the building of this new society, this new state, of these new people, man, go to hell, man. That go for the men and the women, man. You niggas want to go be around the conscious community. Go hang around them. They can never get enough of that. They can never get enough of the mentally dead over there. Go listen to a bunch of speeches of Negroes talking the same thing over and over again for the last 30 years, saying the same thing over and over again.
Right.
We're not listening to no more retrograded information. We don't want no more information. We need intelligence. We don't want no more information. We don't have enough useless information to last us 6 lifetimes. We need some intelligence. We need the intelligence of God, and it's coming through the knowledge of Mentellect. Because that is for the mentally elect, the chosen ones, the ones who possess chosen sense, not common sense, chosen sense. This is real.
Yeah.
And the real people, like I said, the real people are going to stand up in this day and time. You're going to start to see people coming wearing that current symbol on they brothers wearing the current symbol on their lapels of their suits, and sisters wearing the current symbol on the lapels of their suits. You're going to start seeing that, because it's going to be, like I said, they're going to realize there's no other place for our people to go, and we ain't coming talking nice. We're not coming talking nice. You can't come talking nice to our people, because they don't understand that this is not no religion. We're not trying to appeal to nobody. We're not trying to convince nobody. We're not trying to convert nobody. Either you are in tune with this or you not. Have a nice day. That's how it go. Have a nice day. We only here for the elect, the ones who possess that God intelligence, the true and living intelligence of the Most High God, Amen, which supersedes man's limited intelligence that you so-called black men and black women think is supreme on the planet. Because you see these Negroes, every time they ask you, oh, well, where did you get this knowledge from, and where did you get it? I said, we in tune with God. We in tune with Amen.
Basically, they just want validation to something that the white man wrote, and say, oh, now they believe it just because a white man wrote it.
Yeah, because the white man is their God. That's the truth. The white man is their God. Whenever these Negroes say, see, because when I say something, I'm speaking from Mentellect, and I said I'm receiving knowledge from the Most High God, Amen, and I said it. I said I'm receiving knowledge from the Most High God, Amen, and I'm sharing it with my people, and they go, oh, I don't believe you. I said, I don't care if you don't believe me. I ain't here for you to believe me. I said the logic of what's being said that's coming out of my mouth, and the fire that you feel is being spit from you and is connecting to you, that's coming from God. You can feel that. But from you people that's mentally dead inside and physically dead on the outside, you're not going to feel that. You're not going to feel it. You're going to think, oh, well, where can I read this and research? In other words, where did the white man say it's real at? That's what you're really saying. Where does the white man give validation to? Where does he say that Mentellect is a real knowledge and of coming from God? In other words, like I said, he's your God. That's what you're really saying, because you don't have chosen sense. You're not in tune with nothing to see that. That's why you do that. That's why you Negroes do that. Well, where can I research this at? Where does the white man say? That's why I just say that. Where does the white man say it's okay for me to listen to Mentellect? Once he say it's okay, then it's real. And I done heard you these niggas in religion and the Christian and so-called Nuwapians, I heard all of them say that. Where can I research this at? No, listen, common sense or chosen sense and logic and intelligence should link you into this knowledge. If you don't have that, then this definitely not for you.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
You don't possess higher intelligence, so this is not for you. You understand? This is not for you. When the white man received God's knowledge on earth to bring forth that technology and bring forward the things he was doing, he didn't ask you niggas, oh, well, where does the black man say that this is real knowledge? He didn't ask you nothing. He took it and ran with it, and you see where he at today, right? But you simple-minded Negroes want to sit around and ask the white man, well, what do you think about this? Where in the book, what book can I read where the white man is saying that what Nubin is saying is right and exact?
The problem is that our people have been drinking the dirty water for so many years, man, and it just got that polluted.
Yeah, well, whatever. They want to keep drinking the dirty water. This is for the people that want to drink the clean water, the clear water. When I talked about our people getting washed clean in the blood of the Lamb, the one who's the sacrifice one, the one who put himself out there to teach this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? With no shield on him and nothing like that. It stood out here, but only protected by the true and living God, Amen. You understand? That's the blood of the Lamb. That's putting himself out, sacrificing himself to put himself out to teach his people. You understand? When it's not in his best interest, because the majority of our people, like I said, they want to sit up here and they want to stay up under the beast. They want to be up in that submental state. Our people love to be in the filth. Our people love it. We're not in the filth with them. We're not going to get down in the dirt with you. We just refuse. You understand? We trying to. I'm dropping these bombs to bring my people out. Now they say you drop bombs on like the sea floor or something like that to bring things up from the surface. That's the whole reason for me dropping this knowledge so hard, is to bring my people from the surface to a higher level mentally, to take you from that state of submission to that state of mission or emission. You understand? On the level of God mentally, and this is real. This is not just talk. This is real. You understand? It's happening right now. For our people, like I said, who can't receive that, oh well, it's not for you. Like I said, no hard feelings. It ain't for the black race. This is for the bright race. I said the bright race is evolving out of the black race. Who is the bright race? The bright race are those people who are those pure light beings, the ones who possess that God knowledge or that God intelligence, the bright race. And this got nothing to do with light skin and dark skin for you simple-minded Negroes. Oh, he talking about bright-skinned people? No, I'm talking about people who possess that brighter intelligence or that bright knowledge. That's what I'm talking about. You understand? That's who this is for. You people that's caught up in Egyptology and in religion and things like this is not for you. Metaphysics and all that nonsense, all that made-up nonsense that came from some bunch of Greek homosexuals and Roman homosexuals and whatnot, it's not for you.
Right.
You understand? Just go keep studying your metaphysics and whatnot, see where that gets you. See how far you get with that. So, questions, anything you got, Minjaz?
Exactly. No, I mean, if you have anybody trying to call in, man, I'm gonna let you take care of that, and
Well, you know how we do. I flow. I get listeners. Sometimes people just want to listen, man. It's all good to me. People pick up and listen later, and that's fine, man. Like I said, we're giving it to them raw and uncut. Giving it to them raw and uncut about the true 144,000 new race of people coming up. So
okay,
a little more Blue 6, sweet love.
All right.
That was a gradual fade out and whatnot. I tried to fade out a little something, but it's all good. A little bit of the revelation I'm going to give to you. And thou that hear an ear, let them hear. He that hath an ear, let him hear. But that the Spirit saith unto the churches, he that overcometh, I will give him to eat the hidden manna, and will give them a white stone, and in that stone a new name written, which no man shall know if saith he who receiveth. I tell you something, a new name. And they say will eat the hidden manna. New. That word all throughout the book of Revelation, new people, new word, new things, new words in their mouth. New God's name sealed in their forehead. And you see all throughout the Revelation, you see the word Amen. Amen, amen. But people keep thinking that's amen, amen, amen. Yeah, so be it, so it is true. Yeah, that name is to be trusted. That's what that really means when they say it is true, it is to be trusted. They're saying that name, that true and living God, is to be trusted. That's what that really means. That's the name to be trusted in. In God we trust. You understand? A new knowledge, a new message in their mouth. God's knowledge, the true and living. That's what that is. New people and new names. So it can't be the people of religion. It can't be the Christians. Can't be the Muslims. Can't be the Israelites. Because that's old knowledge. That's old knowledge. Can't be the Buddhists or the metaphysicians. All that. That's old knowledge. It would have to be something new that started in the new millennium. And then it would have to pick up, and the people would start the elect would pick it up and take it and run with it. That's real. Wouldn't be nothing new. Wouldn't be nothing old. So you people that keep sitting around here regurgitating that old knowledge and whatnot and keep saying, oh, the Lord coming for you. If the Lord was coming for you, if you was receiving something on high, you would be bringing something new. You would be bringing a new knowledge. If you ain't bringing a new knowledge in this day and time, then you're not of the elect. You're not connected to God. You are not receiving nothing from on high. You have not overcome. You still under. And look at the word overcometh. Now, did we not say that the word submission means under submission or under submental state? So that means you would have to overcome that submental state that you in under this government, under this society, under the beast. You're going to have to overcome that. Mentally, you're going to have to overcome that to come amongst your own. You understand? To come to as on one level mental playing field. On one mental playing field. But a lot of you Negroes don't want to do it. A lot of y'all want to be individuals. So that 144,000 is real. It is a mental evolution we're talking about. We're in a mental war. You understand that? We're in a mental war. And a lot of our people are being governed by a mental entity or a mental power. Governmental. You understand that? This is a mental war for the freedom of our people because y'all mentally enslaved. You're mentally dead. You understand that? This is a mental thing. Everything is based in the mental. The mental is what brings the manifestation of the physical forward. So if I can get control of your mind, I can control you forever. Forget all that spiritual crap. There is no spirituality. There is no spirit. There's only the mental. The mental is the power. God works through the mental. Amen deals with the mental. Men, again, you see that word, M-E-N. Men, mental. Amen, women, men. Humans, men. Everything is on the men or the man or the men, which means continuous beings. The word men has nothing to do with gender. You understand? We are mental beings. We are receivers, or we're supposed to be receivers of the true and living God's words of higher knowledge. That's how we're supposed to be moving, but we're not moving like that. We're not moving like that. We moving on some man's words, some limited men. We still talking about consciousness and religion and metaphysics and 401k plans and what we're going to do at the job tomorrow. Y'all still vibrating on that low mental frequency. You still vibrating on that. You understand? And I said in the depression CD that I'm about to drop, the Great Depression of the Great Mental Depression of the Modern Day Black Woman, which will be out April 3rd. I had to push it back some. The Great Depression of the Modern Day Black Woman, where I'm going to break down why the black woman is suffering from depression really and explain it straight through and through. And it's going to be on the State of Mentell official website, the SOM.info. You're going to see it in the window, and we're going to tell you when it's going to be available. And it's going to be available for podcasts. It's going to be available for purchase on the CD, The Great Mental Depression of the Modern Day Black Woman. Well, we're going to break down why the black woman is really suffering from depression today and what's causing that and who's causing that and how it can be overcome. You understand? Because that is going to be the great mental obstacle to the greater ascension of the black woman if she doesn't overcome that depressive state. It's going to hinder her from being of the 144,000 because the 144,000 is a new race of people who have overcome, you understand, this mental suppression in this day and time. And we're going to talk about that. This is real, people. This is not a game. This is not no new philosophy, no new religion, some new hustle. We ain't got time for all that. We done been hustled. We done been lied to. We done been conned. We done sat in pulpits. We done had enough of that. That's so last millennium. Now it's all about mental evolution in this millennium. It's all about God's intelligence, the true and living God, Amen. If people ain't on board with that, listen, man, go on back and go with the con games. You understand? Going back to the last millennium, we ain't doing the con game and the scams and all that, and not in the state of Mentell. No, we don't do that. This is about the perfecting of a people, perfecting mentalists, not practicing people, but perfecting people. It's all about perfecting people by way of chosen sense. Mentellect. Real words that are becoming realer and realer every time we say them, and people are picking up ultra standing. Real words that are taking on a life. You understand? In the evolution of our people. In the young. I set up here on a couple of days ago, and I taught two brothers one from New Orleans. I forget where the other brother was from. In their 20s, they had me up there teaching them till 5:30 in the morning. This is real. This is the beginning. You understand? Just as the end came, the beginning is starting. We renewing ourselves. We were supposed to be receiving new knowledge, but you old people in religion, y'all standing in the way. Y'all still in the way, man. A lot of you old niggas that's in that religion that's trying to, like I said, you can stay in your old little circle and whatnot, keep praying and rocking back and forth and all you want. Let the young men and the young women who are young mentally do the work. I'm not talking about, I said this is a young people's movement because I'm talking about the people who are young mentally. Ain't got nothing to do with age-wise because you got certain people who in their 20s who they old mentally. Like you Negroes that stand in the corner and smoke weed all day and don't do nothing with yourself. You niggas is old men. You understand? I'm talking about it could be a sister who's young mentally. She could be in her 50s, 60 years old, young mentally, and getting this and having ultra stand-up and can roll with this. And you can have sisters in their 20s who all they want to do is perm their hair and talk about some nigga nonsense, Nicki Minaj. Y'all old. You old mentally. So that's why I said this is a young person's movement for people who possess that younger person's that young mentality of change and has that fluid mental fluidity of change in their mind, who can adapt and change. You people that's stagnant in your change and you can't grow, this ain't for you. This is not for you. Mentellect is not for you. This is a thinker's knowledge. This is a God's knowledge. God gave our people the ability to think, but a lot of our people don't want to do that. That is going to be the norm with the elect, the 144,000. Though it does seem like something that's out of the norm for our people to think. That's not on a regular thing. We're going to make it regular within the 144,000 as we try to jumpstart the mind of our people, jumpstart the thought process of our people, of the elect. That's what it's supposed to be. Not some people rocking back and forth and on their knees begging for some cause or some money or some protection for their family and whatnot. That's you Negroes in religion, man. That's y'all in religion. Y'all gonna stay on your knees begging. You understand? Obviously, God is not listening. He's not listening to you because you are doing nothing. Once you get off your knees and stop begging, you are doing nothing. You're doing nothing to manifest the true and living power of God, the true and living God. Amen. You don't want the truth. You want some false God. You want some God that you created in your image. You want the 144,000. If you accept that, you want some image that you created in your. You want some philosophy or some false God that you created in your image that you like, that fits your philosophy, that fits your religion. That's the one that you created. You don't want the actual, true, and living God. This is what we're giving you in Amen, one who is a supreme black man who walked the planet, who possessed higher intelligence, who walked with intelligent black women, goddesses, and black men, a society, a civilization, a community, a planet, a race of highly intelligent beings who were referred to as Amen beings. That's your God race. That is Amen. Not some spook sitting on some cloud in some throne somewhere. We got to put an end to that childish mindset. We have come to the end of our broadcast, and we are going to be coming back on Monday at 9 p.m. I'm not going to do a Friday broadcast. I said the next Friday I'm going to try to do the evolution of the black man and black woman's relationships. Now, here is something we're talking about. I know the women and the men love the relationships, but we have to deal with the evolution of them. Where are we going in the future? Because like I said, the state of Mentell, all we deal with is the future intelligence and the future road to which way it is our people want to take, or where we trying to go. Where are we trying to end up in the future realm of our relationships, raising children, meeting mates, and connecting with mates? Where are we trying to go with that? The future relationship show or broadcast will be next Friday, not this Friday coming up, but the following Friday. Monday I'll post for the next broadcast what that'll be. So I said we're going to get 3 broadcasts a week going. I don't mind doing it along with the class. I'm going to be teaching every 2 weeks starting in May in New York. So we getting this going. We getting our people going. It's time for this transformation and the evolution of our people. Who's on board with me? Those of y'all, come help the mentors spread the word of the intellectual Nuben Menkarre, spread Amen's words, not my word. Spread the knowledge of Amen, the true and living God, as we wake our people up mentally. Okay? Again, I'm going to give you more. I'm going to give you more feedback on the Girl Society. Sister Abundance is doing with the Girl Society. She's doing wonderful things with that, raising these sisters up into goddesses. Instilling in them a lot of the things that we share, even in the knowledge of Mentellect. And these sisters, these young sisters coming up, she's doing a wonderful thing. She'll be doing the God Hop Ciroc party for Ciroc and the God Hop Confederation, at Nicholas on the 31st. I'll give you more details on that. We've come to the end of our show. We'll be closing out. I am the intellectual Nuben Menkarre. This has been a beautiful night. 144,000 and counting. We raised them up, opening up the mentality of our people. Good night.